ago. Ese joto ame joto, ese na anu ame, sete na anu ame, woman of heavy, dokun of heavy. Dokun of heavy may be an woman of heavy or benalo. Woman of heavy may be an anu, dokun of heavy or benal. Yora do sepo polipo, senyo amenyo, segla amegla, se Georgie, ame Georgie, Maduago. May Ocean ham for a shop, semi for a shop, Maduago. Ya braxas, meus e agrepo do agu. Eu tá direto me vive cuno. O verso só to. O verso é cá meu do agu. E melhor menos hoje a gente zo kakachicas mojadre. Me ela fala de anglo la pia, que vinha anglo de rola melhor a kakakalo. O nya imba manjo fra fa plan imba me do adika. O nya me mate kulu, etega. O meu a caim, but you caim, or a kind of a kind, Zuba kind, Trovo a kind, and you a kind, if you have a kind, and you are a kind. But I remember I had no look of a mother you feet on so much that you may have down, may have bow, the walk up, walk, when me on Zago, and give you a thing I hope I say. But I will. You are a your job, but I jomaku. I forgot for a module chimo for a Voodoo, maybe you could quite tolerate for me. Job with me, or here. When we went to Nayamolo, Moju, and quite a penny, living with over to the blue woman of the very country, but I really happy, and you form a job, name, job, but our fear. Jobata, Metronam and Medamo, a vifagbe, a reading, Jobata, and no, I need a female, Angelo, Jopata, Jopata, I told my almost body to the wedding time, but when it is Bulu, and Jima, or Bojukulo Dodger, Valentifa family over Allo Jonah, Ago sapate meyo, atigeli meyo, guru numero tete alla fia. E ya meyo amanga sasa ngiga pasese. Sasa toba deje. O meyo Ibrahim meyo gbogbochi meyo ngbe foli koko mo rete gobli ko kuche kuma ko malga to banyo kuto bele fanani. Meyo to ni ko sipoku akubiye no nyameri yakoso go kufoni ko geje. Tasi nya mo si fusi jam koso abra ko bra mama nya bodwe ba to bonya ko kofi to bonya ko biya mensa mama nya dore ko be ko kuto bele fanani. Meyo kwenye Celestina wakubia Katrina kubia foni asense kwa foni ya Albena kubia kutobele fana milo. Meyo mi asno awa mwachucha tupe yakubia na tupe kutobele fana. Yasisi akpene ka tepe mensa akpe kutobele fana oro. Meyo awu no tuji bako tuji tabu tuji meyo ra keke kunikili hase ko inshallah. Barasu barako. Nana meyo bako atire ke matu aho. Meyo ra keke kutobele fana. Yo bako adafi so fa mu agbovi bako afata wa job. Kutobele fana ni. Yo boko hunu le vapo hunu le gbe avega to be ma ze kuto be fana mi to be ara entre tout le jita apo hunoga kuto be fana e me yo to be Abraham jivenu le chame to boko kuto be fana bo na bo ne fana mi a evio ple ya o we so vio na mi yo so le teu e me fana mi no lo agbe be mo no hu la se se be mo no hu na mi agbe be mo no hu na mi ngbo yi be mo no hu na mi yo enu le kare mi yo en subo mi yo ni de kokolo ko no yo mi de doko po no yo mi cho da kare ne zu ga vero gum da gbe la me se agbeliti ngbo yi ji ma le mi ayo lo me me yo to mi fiato si mon kabila be na se agoti me yo tobe fiato si ma korbe kabila benya na sila koti me yo dani revie kwa mare na gbaro me do abu na kuto me fana mi me yo boko ankaima koku amega koku anatovi ankaima me yo ra ke kuto me fana yo happy akoso baji kuto me fana mi me yo Harrison George ajobu kuto me fana mi bum abeda ke me yo we are très vieux mais Ibrahim vieux mais vieux boy je me battu na nungwa teshi mate mama te tu carpenter o boy gona no petit speakers no petit kuto na fanani e me yo abuchi sakrata me cho aba be adogo onye kotokoli ronko kuruma ku abera mbere to le cho franta mani fe fini kuma bisinkra o kofito jabaku o cho tu kofito he kofi atra cable me yo petit me to be ho bato no ba Voodoo to ra ho bugu ya sa pasa bi ku nyo ho to ko shi nyo ho to kere ku yo la kekekelo e me yo danga abo dai lo dai ko bi tamani le zeme danya me sa me do me kele Mayo mana, mayo jitole, mayo chijenchi hoichi, boy, mayo atitu, mayo chigua, mayo tolo, baba, at the way, Dagba Jim, you know, me away, young Gakwegan, and a good woman, Melengo, Melania Roncoyos, Roncoyo, Emayo, Apelica Caraca, Bereminamo, Apelica Caraca, Mayora, Mani, that way, Yana, and Benevanami. Oh, meow, Mayo, Mayo, Gobama, Sikua, Cloda, Wanda, or Sesamago. Mayora, I play the Macpesa, Cochino, Pochi, Jabuno, Pochi, Pochi, Tronco, Pochi. Chipi, take a hurricane, a hurricane pesaki, dear Beza, I would tell it pesaki, a dear Beza, a woolly pepe, a young petty. We are talking about Portugal, what the channel of watching it to the Lupo and Ludo and Ludian and Ludo. I had never Ludo, I mean, which is one of the nobody for the badge of one, Trovon, move on with the Kuvon, with the Chuvon, with the non-Von, with the pay any and I got a friend to get for out, Putuno, that it pulled, that it Chivono, that it was Vono, that it Chivono, that it Trovon, that it Kuvon, Vono, that it pay any bone. I mean, your club of Hochiabe, when Yagari could be good back on the Honore. Never, I'm saying never, 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 go, lady, and I have a one. The top of Petru Miami, but yes, I'm put to you, Mayora, over La Caima, over a Zambote, over La Caima, over Teti view, before meeting in Europe, before my Teti view. Policemen are messy, Fiafi Vapor, I'm a dog, but top Bokor, I lay now. I'm a Kudola, a Joe, a lejo, Fiafito, a lejo. I'm a sromola with lejo, but you're a dema, mana. Boom, 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 boom. That, but I mean, you're a fan of good. A fan boom, I just or purpose, people, Thomas, or that baby, the mayor, the busy, you couldn't you only make it, so many, media, Blamage, Academy. Good damage, some of the damage took the magic to Lamage, the magic chain from me. But a chain to Lamayo, clever, you come what of I do, one of I day and day. When I do, not a pay, I thought I have na your holiday, a holiday book, your acclama, and a haru, Mayor, a clacun tosimian or Huidotos, Amiano, Japatan, or where to tabo and door, but for Happy, Militome, Yadica, Donavano, I'm a senator, but if you have anybody, the Siam can have you no boom, 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 boom. Is all the sound are all the sounds okay?
Yes,
or both listen to because I see that this is a little bit too far from my mouth. Should be okay. Okay, so now we lost the screen, so get the screen and let's see. Okay, we are on TikTok. We have a user at Roblimpo, let's say spiritual father. Hello Roblimpo, how are you? And then again Roblimpo, user Roblimpo saying Von 1. And then Roblimpo again will say Hohwe boys, I greet you. I greet you all, my brothers, my children, my Asafo. I greet you all. Thank you very much for the best things and the things that you are doing. Yeah, I'm here for you all the time. Thank you all. You are all great men. Your tomorrows are very bright. That's all that we have on. There are 3 messages on TikTok. Is that all? Okay, Roblimpo is a father and original Jokpata originator. Oh, thank you. That's the truth. The original Jokpata originator is African Magic Temple. It cannot be anywhere else than African Magic Temple. Those who are still children, they are the ones playing and telling people that the Jokpata has left our shrine and gone to somewhere. How can something that I have, and I'm the only one who has it, will leave me and go somewhere? It's not possible. But you know, when you don't know so much, you make noise and you want to make people to think that you know, but you don't know. It's just like you can call Mune to come and help you. They're playing soccer. Okay, we have Rublimbo says spiritual father, and again, thank you, and then we have a Nyangba Peyimbo. Can you make me get money? I'm sorry, money is in the bank. I'm not a banker, and this place is not a mint. So Nyangba Peyimbo, if you are looking for money, I think you know where to go. Go to the bank. Bank is where they keep money. I don't have a bank in my spiritual temple. I'm sorry. Let's go on. Then we have Shamba Musa say, good afternoon, Papa. Hello, Shamba. Happy birthday to you. How are you today? I wish you the best of the best in life. I wish you all that you are doing, that it will come to success for you, and this your new year should bring you all the best things you dream of in life. May the entities that you work with, Tomejo Pata, Akani, and Abraxas, what is the name of this one that Bokor gave you recently? Bangri and all his group work with you, and so that you can also be one of the greatest Bokors spiritualists in the world. That's my wish for you. And we have a Mauli Calypso Von say greetings to the AMT family from Bangkok. Thank you very much. Greetings to you, Mauli, and greetings to Maracha and everybody over there in Thailand. To all our brothers, to Sam Kubia in Thailand, Bangkok, and also to Slanky and all the people there, and also, of course, to Mamada, our very good friend and teacher. I'm very happy that you will join today's session. I'm grateful. Thank you. And then we have Chubuzo, who is also the Otura letter, which is African Divine Portal. It's called Chubuzo. Chubuzo Otura Irete. Say good evening, Papa, and all AMT team. Papa, may Otura Irete for this black cloth. Now come you wore it. How come you wore it? Oh, in my poly, Tula does not actually forbid black cloth. And if you notice, I don't really wear black very much. But today, there is a funeral in our neighborhood here, and I don't feel good to wear white and be walking around. So I am wearing this. But it is also our logo. We have black and we have a white one too. So I am wearing, but I didn't know that Tula Lete doesn't like black. I personally don't really celebrate wearing black as much, but once in a while I make a change. So thank you very much for bringing it to my attention. How are you? I hope you are fine. I hope everything is well with you. Thank you, and thank you very much. And then we have our big sister Luna Nikose Blessings, Papa, and the AMT family. I'm grateful to join today's section. Big sister, you are very welcome to today's section. I hope everything is going on well with you and your health. How is your health? Hope that everything is going on well with you. You are very much welcome to today's section. Okay, move it up and let's see. Okay, big sister Luna Nicole said, this is the first time I have seen you from this angle. I can see what's on your table. Yes, we are using a bigger camera this time, and that camera is able to capture my table. Yes, this is why, and I myself, I'm looking at it and I'm surprised that this camera's angle is now a much better camera angle, so everybody can see what exactly is on my table. Yes, I've been trying to squeeze it when we were using only the phone, but now we are using the iPad, which can cover most of it. Originally, we were using the iPad to do the Clubhouse, but today we decided to use it for TikTok. That's why it gives you a very wider angle to see us. Thank you, and thank you very much, big sister Luna Nicole. And then Luna Nicole says TikTok is freezing. Oh, I think, but we are using we are using Starlink. So from ours here, the TikTok or nothing should be freezing, because we are using Starlink or SpaceX Starlink. That's what we are using. So it shouldn't be freezing, but we don't know what it is. And then Luna Nicole again went on to say it is better now. We thank God that's better now. And then Bokor Shamba Musa said, Ache, I am very grateful for you and your support, Papa. Thank you. And thank you very much, Bokor Shamba Musa Muhammad. I'm very happy to have you as my son, as my student, and I'm very grateful to know you. And then we have our brother Chibuzo Oturairete. Said, please, can't you suggest talking herbs to prepare divination tool? Oh, there are so many talking herbs. The one we use in our shrine is our private listener. We're not going to share it on our live shows. We only share it to our students who are physically students, because before I would know, there were students that I had taught, and now some of them were only initiated into Abraxas, and then maybe one or two other spirits to open their door into the spiritual field. In reality, they haven't learned so much, but today they are on the social media claiming to be great teachers. They have their own YouTube channels, and they have blocked me and my children and anybody who is related to African Magic Temple. They have blocked us not to see their pages, and they are going around telling stories about us, like my Jopata, which is I am the only one who has this Jopata. The only person I have shared the secret of Jopata with and made it for that person is my son Sena, who lives in China now. So it's only the two of us, myself and him. We are the only one who has what is called a real Jopata. But these very students are going around telling people that the Jopata that I have has left me and is with other people. Jopata cannot be with any other person, because I am the originator of that voodoo. As far as my knowledge is concerned, the people who had it, they had it during the Second World War. And I am the only one who has put it together again, and it is working for me. And we got it from the source, and no one got it from me directly. So when people go around telling stories, some others went and made these bracelets, and then selling it to people and giving it names and collecting monies from them. So that's why when I am here and I'm teaching, there are certain things I cannot expose to everybody, because before you know, tomorrow people will start to put their their own social platforms without learning the whole thing, and start making stories. And some would even say I am the one who taught them. Yes, I taught a lot of people. I'm a teacher. I'm teaching everybody, but some people are just a mistake. I will say they are just a mistake in the sense that they came to you and they came with envious and jealousy eyes, but they don't know how many years I have put into becoming myself and African Magic Temple to be able to teach the things I am teaching. So they become jealous, they become envious of you, and then they go around telling stories so that they can win people to you. Some even went on to convince some of my students or clients and tell them, oh, they have a real voodoo now, because they can use curses to disturb other people's life. So they think that is what a voodoo is all about. I have my way of teaching, and I have gone through this spiritual practice for the past over 40 plus years. I am not just a yesterday's spiritual person, whereby you meet me and then I am just trying to prove to you I know it all. But that is what people who do not really know what voodoo is, they do things like that. But for me, I only say it is only time. It is only time. Time will tell whether they are real spiritualists or they are dealing with real voodoos. So, my brother Chibuzo, I am not, the herbs that are used as talking herbs are known to myself, my children, and also to my students. That's what we are teaching here. If you become a physical student, I will be able to communicate this with you, because I will have to test you and know who you are first before teaching you certain things. Thank you very much for that question to the Irete Chibuzo. And then we have she's unique, Cynthia. Do I have a huge amount of money coming in for me this new week with iPhone? She's unique, Cynthia. I don't know you. You have not consulted me. You don't know me. I can't sit here and tell you by social media and tell you that you have a huge amount of coming to you, or you have a zero amount of money coming to you. I'm not that kind of priest. There are so many of such priests on the social media or the internet, but not African Magic Temple. I'm very sorry. That's not what we do here. Let's move on. And then we have Brain Coms say, I greet you, special father. I receive your greeting, Brain Coms. Thank you very much and for joining. And then Chibuzo Tulalete said, please make it easy for me to, let's see. Make it easy for me to become a student physically. I have been trying to do internship. Chibuzo, you can always come here to Africa Magic Temple in Ghana. I think Senna had communicated with you some time back. I don't have any problem you coming to learn. But to become a student, there are so many things that are needed. To become an intern, it is when we need interns to come and help us, and also we usually ask, what can the intern person contribute to the shrine? It is not like someone says, I want to be intern, then you just come and learn free and go. You have to have something that you can contribute to us, so it becomes like an exchange. What we are teaching you, you also giving us some value for what we are teaching you. That's how life is. Right hand washes the left, and the left one washes the right. The people we had in the past who were interns, they had contributed to building up our shrine in many ways. So you have to give us what you can contribute to this shrine, and if we see it that it is viable or valuable, then of course we can say, okay, come, because we can't share knowledge with you for free just because you want to be an intern. No, we need to know what you can also contribute. If you don't have the fiscal money to contribute to us, and you want to contribute something that will be beneficial to our shrine, we are all in for that. Thank you very much. And then we have Big Sister Luna Niko Papa. Can anyone create a voodoo? How can anyone create a voodoo? I spoke about this last time. Before you can make a voodoo, or you can call yourself a spiritualist, you must be dealing with a spirit. A spirit that you know the in and out of, you know what kind of work that spirit does, and you know the combinations of the herbs that come together to form the base or a whole for that spirit. A lot of people call themselves spiritualists without actually being initiated into any spirit, but they call themselves spiritualists. A lot of time people think that once you are behaving in a very good way, you are quiet, you don't attack people, you don't fight, or you don't do this, and you are a spiritualist. No, you may be religious, but you are not a spiritualist. A spiritualist is a person who is initiated into a spirit and knows and works with a spirit. That's what a spiritualist is. So for you to be able to create a voodoo, first thing is that you must be able to know what that voodoo you are creating, the name of the voodoo, the sphere or the real of that voodoo, and then you must know what things go into creating a particular voodoo, because all voodoos are different. The things that form Akai as a voodoo, the things that form Akai as a voodoo are not the things that form Abochi as a voodoo. And they are not the things that form Togbe Ablapo as a voodoo. They are also not the things that form Aholu Viapo as a voodoo. They are also not the things that form Akrama as a voodoo. They are not the things that form this voodoo here. So each and every voodoo has its own formation. It's just like you are making bread. The ingredients that go into making bread and the ingredients that goes into making cake, some are similar or maybe the same, but there will be something that will make that cake different from a bread. So if you don't know how to make the ingredients or the materials that will go into making a cake, you may have an idea of making bread, and you think that by making bread you have made a cake. No, it will not taste the same, and it will not be the same. So to do a voodoo, you must first have initiation into a basic voodoo or spiritual thing that works for you. And then you must also know how to communicate with spirits so that you can ask them and have a very concrete proof of their answer. Then you know that you are dealing with spirit, and spirit communicate with you and tell you what you should do whenever you need their help. But without this knowledge, how can you make a voodoo? So it is not like anyone can make a voodoo. People who can make a voodoo are people who have idea about how to make a voodoo. Voodoo simply means spirit. In our Ewe language, voodoo simply means spirit. So how can you invite a spirit to come and embody this thing if you don't have any idea about what goes into this? Long time ago, somebody from Kenya or East Africa asked me that they have made their mirror. They want to ask me if the mirror will talk. I said, do I know you? You created your mirror, and you are asking me whether the mirror will talk. Am I the one who gave it to you? Am I the one who created it for you? Or do I know which system you use in creating a mirror before I, who sits here in Ghana, can tell you whether that mirror will talk or not? So sometimes people do self-deceit. Yeah, people deceive themselves that they are spiritualists. People deceive themselves that they have a spirit, or they see anything and they think they thought that anything. Once I call it is a voodoo, then it is a voodoo. No, voodoo must be something that can answer to your request or whatever you are doing. That is what voodoo is. If you are able to connect with that spirit, if you channel it, it will come and confirm itself and also give you answers that you want to know. But without that, you cannot call anything just because it's something called voodoo. No, voodoo means spirit in Ewe and Fon language. So if you have that idea that Voodoo just means spirit, not everything can be called spirit, but is everything is everything able to communicate with you and work with you? No. Until you know their formation and the base and have a direct connection with them, there is no way you can form a Voodoo. Thank you very much, Big Sister Aduna Nicole, for that question. Then our brother Chibuzo Otura Irete said, if the class has if the class has a fixed price, please communicate with me so I can plan towards that. I need this. Thank you very much. So I will communicate with you because we have our initiations. Before you can become a spiritualist or do anything spiritual, we have initiation. As in African Magic Temple, we have the AMT initiation, African Magic Temples initiation. And this initiation, we initiate you into the three deities that we work with. One is Abraxas, and then another one is Akai, and then another one is Tobe Jopata. Those are the three basic spirits or patron spirits or deities that we have at African Magic Temple. And it is these deities that will open your spiritual doors into the spiritual realm, whereby you can now function, communicate, receive, and send information into the spiritual world and see it working on the physical plane for you. It's not like faith. We don't use faith in our shrine, and we don't do religious things. That's why you don't see us dancing and drumming. That's more of a religion. We are practical spiritualists, and when we do things, they are very practical and they give practical results. We don't keep things in our mind and say that, it will happen one day, or you just have faith. No, African Magic Temple is not a religious center. It's not a religion. We are a spiritual shrine, and we are a very practical spiritual shrine. So those three initiations, and before we will do all these three initiations for you, we will also do negative destiny alignment for you, in order that your destiny will be properly aligned, so that when we are introducing you into the spiritual realm or into the spiritual phase or the spiritual sphere, give it whatever name you like, you will be able to function actively on the spiritual plane as well on the physical plane. That's what African Magic Temple is, and that's the difference between ourselves and any other shrine in the world. We are very practical, and the people who have passed through our shrine, each and every one has got something to say about us. We will not just accept people or initiate without you seeing results. We will make sure whatever we teach and whatever we pass on to you without our presence, you will be able to communicate with the spirit realm and be able to work with them. So African Magic Temple is a little bit different from other shrines. The reason we are a little bit different from other shrines, because I myself, I had been through many things. I was a Christian, and I was one of the first, charismatic Christian students that were trained or being trained at the time when charismatic Christianity came to Ghana or to my Volta region. I was one of the earliest people from my village who wanted to be a pastor or an evangelist, and I went through that. Of course, I was born into a Christian family. My mother is a Catholic, my father is a Protestant. But I was born into this, but somewhere along the way, my inner self told me, or my destiny doesn't feel well with Christianity, the normal Orthodox Christianity. So I jumped into charismatic Christianity when it first came from the US to our region. And I was into that to some point, and I still couldn't really see myself there. I couldn't feel that that's what I wanted. And then I jumped into yoga. I practiced yoga for more than 10 to 15 years, and I went all the way into Benares, Varanasi, or Kashi, the same place with different names, like the most holiest city of Hinduism in Uttar Pradesh, and I was trained as a monk in Hinduism. I did Tantra yoga. So after that, I did also, before then, I even did Kabbalah, the Jewish Kabbalah or Judaism Kabbalah. I did Jewish Kabbalah. I did a whole lot of things in the Kabbalah, as in 6 and 7 books of Moses, 8, 9, and 10 books of Moses, and then all other spiritual practices that happen. I tried to also do something little bit of Sufi, but not that deep into that, but just on the surface. But I didn't find myself going there. I couldn't find myself being what my inner self wanted me to be. Then I went all the way into Thailand. I was a monk in Thailand for some time, and then I again left that one, and then I was in Japan, tried to look into Shinto, which is also similar to African traditional spirituality, where the veneration and respect of ancestors and nature, herbs, nature spirits, spirits of mountains, spirit of the river, just like how our ancestors were doing back at home. It was in that I realized that Africa, or my people, the Ewes, the owners of Voodoo language, or the word Voodoo, are people who are so much deep into spirituality. Because if in Japanese, Shintoism has got all these things, that each river has a spirit, just like in my village. We know that the river in the village has a spirit. We have a forest that we know there are spirits in it. We know that there are certain trees that have a spirit. So if this is even practiced by the Japanese, and they have developed so much, then and we venerate our ancestors, we respect our ancestors, then what am I looking for in the world? This made me to come back into Voodoo, to now explore it into deeper ways, and also try to make some changes with whatever I have learned in the world, to add to it, so that I can teach people to realize practicality of our practice. That I teach without putting fear into people, whereby the people tell you that, oh, you will die, it will kill you. Yes, Voodoo is very dangerous, but the way I teach, I try to remove that fear factor, so that if each and everyone who comes to me to learn will be able to assess spirit world and be able to practice it, and practice it perfectly without the fear of being attacked or harmed by spirits. Because I'll give you the base and give you the strength, so that when you are functioning in the spirit world, no spirit whatsoever can come and bully you or create problem for you. This is the difference between African Magic Temple and all other Voodoo shrines or temples in the world. So, my brother Chibuzo, if you want to come to learn from us, yes, our initiations, which is Abraxas initiation, Tobe Akai initiation, and Tobe Jopata initiations are the basic initiation you take before we'll be introducing you into other spirits. We have so many, more than 1,000 spirits that we work with. It's just a number I'm calling. I don't know if it's even more than that, but we are working with all spirits in nature. So when we give you initiation, it is also grounding you so that you can function without fear or whatever, that you can be a real spiritualist, not someone who just wear clothing and put things on their face and disguise themselves as if they are spiritualists just because they put a white cloth around their waist and put a feather in their hair. That means they are spiritualists. No, here we look very normal. If you see my students, they are normal. They are people who work in government offices. There are people who are in managerial position. There are people who are lecturers. People who are even in NASA, in space exploration and all this. These are the kind of students I teach. These are the people I teach. So you see them, they are just looking normal, but don't joke with them. They know what they are doing and they have power, and that's what it is. So if you want to learn from me, I'm here to teach you. And because with your Tura letter, that means you have already been initiated into IFA. So you don't need so much IFA training from me, but you don't need IFA initiation from us, but we will rather teach you the Ewe way and explain how IFA works and how practically it works for us. For us, IFA is not a religion whereby people just dress up in white clothes and with headgears and going to river and dancing. And no. We are working with IFA in a very, very practical way. And when we do, we see results. That's what we do. We are not doing IFA as a religion. Unlike many people who are doing IFA as a religion, we don't do IFA or AFA as a religion at our shrine. We are very practical. So we will talk and we'll see what you can, how you can come and become a student and become a very good teacher for others tomorrow. Thank you very much, Chibuzo. I'm grateful. Okay, let's move up. And then we have our sister Luna Nicole. Say, Papa, have you ever accepted apprentices? Yes, all my students are apprentices. My own children too, they are apprentices, because when we initiate you, once you get the initiation, you are automatically learning from us, so you are an apprentice. And then it will get to a point that we will have to tell you that where you have reached now, you can do. Like my children that are in Thailand now, okay, let's say my son, Senna, is in China. He's working there on his own. He learned under me. It's my own blood son. He learned under me, but he's now independent. He's doing his own things over there in China. And whenever he needs some assistance and I need to do it here, he let me know and I assist. What he cannot do over there, he let me know. And he's been traveling around the world. He will be coming to America in November to teach and also to initiate those who wanted to be initiated. You can contact him directly, Senator Voncujovi. You can contact him directly on his platform, which is the ReVodution Voodoo Education. He's coming to the US in November. So he's coming to initiate and also to teach. He can initiate you into Mami. He will initiate you into Voodoo and many other things that I have taught him. I have my son in Japan, Pele Voncujovi, which is my own biological son. He works for TikTok in a managerial position, and he is a Bokor, and he's also doing Afa and Voodoo and doing his everything properly. And people who will contact him, he will do a reading for you. He's able to give you some basic initiation and all that. Okay, in Thailand, I have my son, my eldest son Mauli, and his junior brother Seiram, who is a musician. They are in Thailand now, and I have trained them enough to be able to do what they can do as I can do. So, if you come to learn from me, you are automatically an apprentice, and it will get to a point that I can give you the direct thing to say you are a great, you are now ready to do. And I have my student Bokor Musa in Ohio, who is a full-fledged Bokor with his own shrine and doing readings for people and making changes and rituals and everything for people in the US. So these are the students that have trained under me. Of course, there are so many other people I have initiated, but they have not had the time to come and learn and become priests or priestesses. But okay, I have Sunshine in Canada, who is my new student that I am training slowly. And one day she too should be a full-fledged priestess and dealing with working for people in the North America. So I have so many students. I have a student in the US who is my oldest student, Ray. It's called Ray. And of course, I have Bokor, Baba, is Baba, what do you call it? No, Baba Craig, this one, what do you call it? Oh, okay, the one I remember his name. He was my student from Japan. I started training him in Japan before, but now he's a full-fledged and he works as he's a politician in the Florida Council or Parliament or something. I don't know. Yeah. So So I have people I am training here and there, and so many. So if you are taking training under me, or you are initiated into Voodoo or into any of my deities, you are automatically an apprentice. And if you want to learn it to become a priestess or a priest, we are always here. So I have so many people around the world. Yes, and we move from Sister Leona Nicole, and then we are going to agree about contributing to the shrine. That should be the expectation, I believe. Yes, big sister, that is what it is, because we want someone to contribute to us so that we can also keep developing while the person is developing. It's not only to come and take, and so I don't have money, I just want to be an intern and learn. Yes, you can come and learn, but what will you contribute to us? That is, I have to be very straightforward. I'm not a person who walks like a snake, so I'll tell you to you as it is, and if you want to deal with me, we work together. If you want to have a relationship with me, we work together, but I won't give you a false image, and when you come and then you have a disappointment. No. Yeah. Let's move on. Okay, big sister Leona Nicole said, are initiates taught to make voodoos, or is it the Bokor who prepares them, Papa? Initiates are not taught to make voodoo. They will prepare it for you, and it will get to a point where you become a full-fledged person who can make a voodoo. But we don't just, because we initiate you and then we just teach you how to make the voodoo. You have to learn. Because the work of voodoo or voodoo work is not just like ABC. There are so many intricates and all this thing in it that if you want to be a priestess or want to be a priest, you need to learn all this thing and know it. And then of course the moral dispensation that goes with voodoo work. Not people who are just putting white cloth around their waist and wearing glasses and putting something around their head to say I'm a priest or I'm a priestess, just to cheat and deceive people. There are so many out there. Some had passed through my place as I spoke about. Now they are there like charlatans and cheating people and deceiving people and taking advantage because they did not come to learn as priests or priestesses. They only came to take initiation. And of course, I have not taught them how to prepare a voodoo or how to call a spirit to come into existence or work with them. But somehow, by getting initiation from me, they have their own agenda. When they finally went in to become charlatans out there and deceiving people about what they don't even know and talking anything that they want to say. And those of people who will fall into their hands, only your destiny will direct you there. So if you yourself, you are not very straightforward, it is very highly possible that you can fall into such people's hand. And not only people who pass through my hand, but there are so many people on on social media who are doing cheating or deceiving people. Just like somebody asking me here if I can make them get money or get rich. If you want to get rich, go to bank. Bank has money. There is nobody in spirituality has a spiritual power to make you rich. What they can do for you is that they can open your spiritual doors for you, and also open the opportunities that will flow into you, so that resources can flow to you, and through that, if you are able to manage it and handle it well, you can either become successful in whatever path you choose. But if someone tells you that, oh, just come and I will make you rich, if the person can make others rich, why he or she didn't make himself or herself? Don't that person have family that they should make their families rich? Or you are more important to them than their family? They should go and make all members of their family rich. Why should they be making you who they don't know rich? So the truth is always there, and it is always very painful. So if you want to become a Bokor, or you want to become a Voodoo or who knows, if you want to, then you must take the training as a priestess or a priest. You don't just get initiation and then tomorrow you start to make things and say that because you have been initiated, so you know how to make it. You cannot make it. Spirits will have to test you and know whether you are real or you are not real before they work with you. And that's why those who have become charlatans and thieves, because they have not gone through the meal, they have not been tested. That's why they are just creating things and deceiving themselves and thinking that, oh, they saw you doing it, so they can do it. You cannot do it unless you are trained to do it. And then we have Luna Nicole Papa. What would be reason Afa would deny someone to be initiated? I will not know why Afa would deny someone that they cannot be initiated. The reason may be different because depending on, because Afa is the instrument and what do you call it? It's an instrument and for divination. Afa can see into the future and can see into the past and into the present. So Afa can deny you initiation if it sees into your future and sees into your present, or your this thing that you are not qualified at that time. It can say no, you should not be initiated. I think someone we did a reading for a few days ago. The person asked whether they can be initiated into Voodoo, and Afa said no, they cannot be initiated into our AMT Voodoo, but if they want to be initiated into Fa, they can be initiated. That's what we get. So I don't know, I will not know why Afa would deny someone not to be initiated, because I don't know. Afa knows why. That's why whatever we don't know, we consult Afa, and Afa tells us, and we follow the rules and regulations of Afa. So if I have all the knowledge why Afa would say what it says, then I myself, I become God, and I become a divinity on my own, which I am not. I'm still a human being learning the ways of the spirit. So I would not know why Afa would deny someone. There must be something that Afa saw and thinks that it is not right for the person to be initiated. Thank you very much. Can that be changed or fixed? It can always change. It is not fixed, because it is what you are. That's what Afa works on. Afa can see your inner self and tell you that this is not your time. And then as you change, as you live, as you go on in your life with your work, Afa can come out and say, okay, this is the time now for you to be initiated. Yeah. But there are many people who will not even ask Afa whether I should be initiated or not to be initiated, and they just got initiated, and sometimes they end up having some challenges that they shouldn't have if they had asked. So this is what African Magic Temple, we don't just go initiating people just because the person brought money that I want to be initiated. No. we will tell you it is not the time. If it is the time, and Afa agrees that it is the time, whether you want to be initiated into Voodoo or initiated into Afa or Mami, we will ask. If it is not the time, we will. I remember that my student, who is now a full-fledged Bokor Shamba, at one time he wanted to be initiated into Mami Wata, and then we did a reading, and the Mami Wata said, no, this is not the time. But later, I think a year or something later, when Senna went to the US, and they asked Afa again at that time, and Afa said yes, it is his time to be initiated into Mami, and he was initiated, and the Mami that came even didn't bring their name immediately. The Mami Wata itself came and revealed her name to him in a dream, and then when he went on to the internet to check the name, he realized that that Mami Wata actually was coming from Greek or somewhere. It's an old Mami Wata that wants to work with him. So whatever we do, we ask Afa, and because we are not people who knows the future, that's why we consult Afa, and Afa tells us, please, the screen is gone. And because we are not gods, we are still human beings like any of you. The only thing that is different between ourselves and those who are not spiritual is that we deal with spirits, and we deal with them practically. We are not dealing with them like worshiping and praising and dancing around them. I don't worship spirits. I don't worship Voodoo. I work with them as partners. That's how my shrine is. So you are with a Voodoo. It is not that to come and kneel down and sing and dance and this. No. Ask the Voodoo what you want him or her to do for you. Let the Voodoo tells you what they want you to do for them, and you do it, you find results. That's what I do at my shrine. We are not worshiping. We don't do religious things here. We are spiritual shrine. That's how we are. Yeah. So thank you very much, big sister Luna Nicole. It can be changed. If one time you ask and Afa said no, as time goes by, you can still ask, and maybe if Afa says, is this the time? Yeah, why not? We will go ahead and do. And Luna Nicole went on and said, Papa, is your destiny only revealed through Afa? Yes, you can only get your what do you call it? The blueprint of your destiny. The blueprint of your destiny, the purpose that you have come into this world, what you are supposed to do, the do's and the don'ts, the foods that you are supposed not to eat, and the association, the kind of places you should go to, you shouldn't go. It is when you are initiated, it is only then that this is revealed, because it will be inside the oracle that will fall for you during initiation. It will be through Afa initiation, but not through AMT initiation. AMT initiation will move you into the spiritual realm, and for you to be able to work with spirits or work with Voodoo. Whether that is your destiny to work with Voodoo or not to work with Voodoo, AMT, what do you call it, initiation would not tell you or would not reveal that to you, but you can still work with Voodoo. But if you want to know the purpose of your presence on this physical plane of life, it is only through Afa. Because if you are going to be a carpenter and you in your life you like, or you feel like you must be a driver, and you will be driving cars, you learn how to drive and be a driver, but you cannot be as successful a driver as you will be if you were a carpenter. This is what a destiny path is all about, the blueprint of your destiny. Personally, I had wanted to be a pilot. That was my dream. I had even taken an exam and I passed to go to a pilot school in the US when I was young. But my dad said he didn't have the money to pay for my pilot's training. And but then I saw that I have an affinity towards spiritual things. So I didn't go to pilot training. I went to school and I went to teacher training somewhere along the way. And I became a classroom teacher for some time. And I was a good teacher because all the students that came under me went through their exams and their lessons successfully. And I heard that I can feel that I was a good teacher. And when I became a monk, my work was to continue teaching people about spirituality, which I was doing. And I was also a professional magician where I do entertain people as an illusionist from place international one for that matter. I work all around the globe. I was in Canada, I was in Singapore, Malaysia, Thailand, Philippines, Japan, and all those places. It's only that I have never performed in Europe before, but I had been in many places that I had actually performed for a big crowd. You can search my name, Christopher Voncujovi, on YouTube, or the magic of Christopher Voncujovi, and you will see my magical performances. So I was doing all this, not knowing that these were part of my the magic of Christopher Voncujovi, or the magic of the Voncujovis. And I was doing all this and not knowing this was in my destiny. So when I got afar, and then it revealed in my destiny that I am supposed to be a magician, I am supposed to have twins, or have relationship with twins. That's why you see me wear these twin beads. And I am supposed to be a spiritualist, someone who can teach other people and lead other people on the spiritual path. Even though I was doing all these things, unknown to me that they were in my destiny. But it was when I got afar that it was revealed to me that that's the purpose I came here for. And I thank my destiny for leading me through all these things that I had done over the years, even though I wasn't initiated into afar. But I had been following my destiny's path, and finally I became a traditional priest and teaching people today. So your destiny, when you get afar, before you will know exactly and be very clear about the destiny that you have. So big sister Ludanko, that is the answer. Let's move forward. And then big brother also Chibuzo Utura Irete said, Papa, I will WhatsApp to find out the cost and work towards it. My ancestors will provide the means. I know. You surely, if you work with me, you learn from me, because you and I are on the same traditional Ifa Voodoo. You have the same qualities like me. Maybe you only need someone who has gone through most of them already to kind of reveal them back to you, or to guide you so that you will know the path to follow. I am always here for you, Chibuzo. Thank you for that. And then a big sister, Luna Nicole, said I was a minister in a charismatic church for a few years also, yet never felt right for me. Yes, if it is not your calling, if it is not your path, your destiny will not let you remain there. You may pass there just to learn and pick some information so that you can use that information to work in the future. So I'm very happy that you are just getting on the path slowly. You will get there. And I am always here for you. Yeah, because we at African Magic Temple are teaching practicality. And God's so good. We have real Voodoos. We are not joking. We have real Voodoos that work across oceans. Our Voodoo can be sent across the universe, and it will be able to give you information. It will be able to work with you practically, not like a dream. So just believe. We don't believe at all. We don't believe in anything until we see it happening. Then we are surprised. But if we do put the practical rituals in place and it is not materializing, then we are surprised because we know it should materialize. And when it is not materializing, that's when we get surprised. But if you know how to command and control and connect to spirits of nature, which are the total combination of all of them, that is what we call God, you have confidence in your life. Everything you do, you have confidence because you ask the spirit world first to give you guidance, what to do to be successful, and the way. And then Big Sister Luna Nicole said, I practiced spirituality secretly for years due to its demonization. I can understand. But you know, because my grandfather on my paternal side was a traditional priest. My grandfather on my maternal side, Voncujovi, was a traditional priest. My grandmother on my maternal side, Bojoyamba, was a traditional priestess. That's the line that I came from. I am not sure of my, my grandmother on my paternal side was the daughter of a traditional priest. Whether she herself had practiced anything, I don't know, because I don't have any information on it. But the father was a traditional priest. So all my sides, my mother, my father, both sides, paternal and maternal, they had practiced traditional spirituality somehow. Even though my dad had gone to school and then became a Christian and was in Christianity, that's why initially he was not encouraging us to go towards the traditional path. But good for me, he had a lot of spiritual books in his library. He had a library for us, which he has for himself, and we grew up to meet it. And I read a lot of books from my father. When he saw me struggling with all these things from childhood, he gave me a book called The Narrow Path, which I read when I was about 12 years old, and that triggered me to continue looking for more and more and more until I am what I am today. So you will get there. They demonize it, but me, I was so bold, I didn't care. I just went in, and I don't care what people say or what they said. I was just interested in knowing myself, and that's how. But I understand from where you are coming from, because a lot of people must hide it, otherwise society will look at you as an evil person, and you are very right for keeping it a secret. And then the Big Sister Luna Nicole said, now I'm loud and proud about it. Yes, it is the time, it is the age of awareness of the black people. This is the age of awareness of black people. Those our brothers and sisters who still choose to remain under deceit and deception, it is up to them. It is their destiny who chose that for them. But those of us who our destiny said we should get out of the cocoon and come out and show our faces and our lives, we are showing our faces loud and proud of it. So the African person, the black person, wherever in the world, this is their awakening time. And of course, some still continue sleeping and still follow deceit, because deceit can draw a lot of people and can draw a lot of crowd, and also it can make you easy money. So people choose to follow that. Easy money in the sense that you can deceive people and make money out of them. Yeah. So it is good. You will get there, Big Sister. You will get there, and you will be very proud, more proud than you are now that you know it. Let's move up. I think we are having questions. Very, very intelligent questions are coming. I'm very happy. Okay, Big Sister Luna Nicole is asking, where in the US will Senna be, Papa? I think he is going to first to Atlanta, Georgia, and then from there he will be going to, I think, Baltimore, Maryland, Ohio. Okay, he will be going to Ohio, and I think he is also going to be in Maryland at Bokor Zibeza's place. I believe so. I have he has the. Okay, let me be sure so that I can inform you proper and inform those who will be ready to meet him. He has sent a message to me, so let me see what he said. He told me that he will be somewhere in okay, I will find it out. It was yesterday. Okay, he said that I have discussed with my team in the US, and these are my dates. I will fly into Atlanta from China on the November 14th and be there until November 17th. And his address is here. And then he said after November 17th, I will head to Baltimore to Tobeji Bezan's place. And then the address also is here. And then we'll leave Maryland to Boston on the 21st of November to then leave to Boston by November 21st, then to Portugal, to other places there. So yeah, so from November 14 he will be in Maryland, he'll be in Georgia, he'll be in Maryland, and then to Boston. So Big Sister Luna Nicole, that is what you have there, same as a travel itinerary. Yeah, thank you very much. And then we have Agbevivi posting the magic of the Voncujovis are on YouTube. You can find them, and you can even find very old magic. I don't know where you will find them. The magic that I did in about 30 plus years ago in Japan, in Thailand. You may find it somewhere. It's all there. It's on the YouTube, so you can understand I am a professional magician as well, but today I am a teacher. So when I see people who are using magical entertainment tricks and bringing them into spirituality and deceiving people that they have power, like putting a snake in your mouth or putting a snake around your neck and all these things, those are not power. Power is in nature. You wish for rain and rain falls. You wish for rain to stop, the rain stops. You give direction to the wind that it should go, and the wind goes. Or a bird is perching on a tree and you wish that that bird should fly away, and before your eyes it flew away. Or you wish that bird to fall down and it fell down from the tree or where it's perching. This is called power. And this is not something to joke with. Thank you very much. And then we have Big Sister Luna Nicole sharing the video. And then my brother Chibuzo Oturalete said, what is the total duration to become a complete Bokor from your training so I can plan well? Oh, there is no duration. My brother Chibuzo, there is no duration. Spirituality, there is no time limit to it. But if you continue learning, the basic things is what you learn. Getting to introduce yourself to the spirit world and start to communicate with spirits. And the moment you can communicate with spirits, you can go back to your place, and you can always be learning from nature. You learn from nature, you learn from me, you learn from other teachers. Because wherever you will go, if whatever you are learning is real, the spirits will tell you it is real. If it is fake, they will tell you it's fake. Don't go for it. They will reveal to you. So the best and the foremost is to have the basic initiation where you can connect with spirit world or to the spiritual realm, or people call the spiritual plane, whatever, so that you can be able to function on the spirit plane. You can call a spirit and the spirit will respond to you, and you can get a direction from spirits at any time. Even if you are lying on your bed, you need a direction from a spirit, the spirit should be able to give you direction. You are in a train or you are in a car, you are driving a car, or you are sitting in a bus and you want to know what is in front of you, if it is positive or negative, the spirit should be able to go and come back quickly and let you know it is. This is what spirituality is all about, to be able to communicate and work with spirits. If you cannot communicate and work with spirit at will, then you are not a spiritualist. You should be able to ask and get the answer. And then from there you develop to a point where you make a will. You will something, and that will comes into fruitfulness or into fruition in physical plane, and you see it. We were talking about going to the museum, in Chin Museum last time, where it was raining before we went. But we will that rain should give us chance so that this festival should take place, and after we are done, the rain should fall. And truly we waited by doing certain rituals. Before we know, the rain stopped, and we were able to have a good day. And I have a teacher, a friend of mine who we are very close friend, who came to me yesterday, and he said in their village he went to he's also my teacher. I'm learning from him, he's also learning from me. There were a festival in the village because it has not been raining for a long time, and then when they put the herbs together, they call rain. They just send the calabash, show the sky and say the words, and before they get home, the rain started falling. So what else can you call power? When you communicate with nature and nature responds to you, that's what you call power. So spiritual training has no time limit. I am here, even though I am teaching today, I still learn from people. And I learn from everybody. I learn from children, I learn from adults. I don't limit myself to only certain people that I learn from. I learn from anyone who can give me knowledge so that I can add it to whatever I have already. I am not proud, and I don't feel ashamed to learn from someone who is younger than me or somebody who is just a beginner. If you have some knowledge that I don't have, I want to learn it. That's how I am. That's how I learn from everywhere that I had been. Thank you very much, Chibuzo. So we can communicate on WhatsApp, and then we will talk about the things that you have interest in, and then I'll also tell you how you can go about them. And then we have Daniel Samuel Kinney is laughing over there. Thank you. I don't know what is making so funny, but if you are happy, that's fine. And then we have Esther. How can I start my initiation? Esther, you can only start initiation by meeting a spiritualist, someone who is already know how to initiate. You can't start initiation just on paper. And some people say they do self-initiation. There's nothing called self-initiation. That is just self-deceit. If you want to initiate into a spirit, what is the meaning of initiation? Initiation means introduction. You cannot introduce yourself to a spirit that you don't know. It is the person who knows the spirit is the one who can introduce you to what he or she has been working with. And then he or she can introduce you. And that introduction is what we call initiation. So you cannot self-initiate. It's a deceit, self-deceit. When you want to learn anything from anyone, you go to the person. But before you go to learn from the person, make your own background checkings to see whether that person who you want to go and learn from is authentic, is real. If it's not a scammer, it's not a cheat, it's not a deceiver, it's not a person who will deceive you and take money from you and will not be able to give you anything or give you what you actually went there for. There are so many people there. I have tried to get dwarfs from a shrine. I chased that dwarf getting for 15 good years before I discovered that they are just scammers and liars. And know why? Why? Because they just kept telling me, oh, the dwarfs, they have traveled. They will come this year. And when the time comes, they say, oh, because you did this, that's why they didn't come to your place. We chased them for a long time, and finally we realized that it was the person who introduced us there was the one who scammed us, person we trusted, the person we were good friends to, was actually the person who scammed us, because he teamed up with those people to deceive us, that they know that we have interest in learning and want to be we want to add more to our spiritual shrine. And he, being a very good friend, actually sold us out that they should deceive us and collect our money. But for me, it becomes a lesson I have learned, and you cannot deceive me anymore. The dwarf that I had been working with from my childhood, and this is still there, and I work with it. Now I am introducing it to people, and people are working with it and getting results. That's what it is. So sometimes it is also good to study people before asking them to teach you. There are teachers there who only teach but diabolic things. How you can kill a person, how you can destroy your friend, how you can destroy what people call your enemies. There are people who teach all that. There are some teachers. So if you are that kind of person and you want to learn how to be destroying people and destroying nature, then maybe your destiny will take you to such kind of people. If you have pride, you will not find a very good and a humble teacher. But if you are not proud, and you are a person who is morally correct, you will find a good teacher who will teach you and make you a great teacher tomorrow. Thank you. Big sister Luna Nikosi Papa, how will you know your destiny if Afa denies initiation? I'm a bit confused. Now, if Afa deny you initiation, does not mean you will never be initiated. You will be initiated at a time. As I said earlier, you will have to continue to, you can only know your destiny in the oracle that will fall for you during your Afa initiation. If Afa does not agree that you should be initiated at this time, does not mean that it is not a fixed thing. There will be a time that when Afa sees and thinks that this is the time for you to be initiated, sure, Afa will say they should initiate you, and then that is the time that you will know. But maybe there are so many other ways people may know their destiny. But for me, for all my travel in spirituality until today, I have seen Afa to reveal that to me. Even though I may be having some of the influences and be doing and working with spirits long before I got far, I didn't know that it was in my destiny to do spiritual work. But it was when I got Afa, that's when I know my destiny, that it is what I am here to do. Please, the screen. So it will come. If you don't have it now, you will have it one day. I can't believe that's a big sister Luna. So I can't believe that Afa will have us living in confusion. So how will we know our destiny, Papa? Afa is not making you to live in confusion. I don't think that Afa is making you to live in confusion. Afa is a divination tool, something that looks into the future and looks into the past. So if the time you have met Afa and Afa says that this is not the time for you to get initiation, it's not that Afa is letting you live in this thing. Afa is not a religion. It's a spirituality. It has a reason why it said that the time that you are asking is not your time. So it is not that Afa is the one who is liberated. You have been in the world for some time now, and you might have heard about Afa or Ifa for all these years. But maybe you didn't ask for initiation at that time, and this is the time you are asking, and Afa saying it's not. Maybe if you had asked for initiation into Ifa or Afa at an earlier stage, maybe at that time it would have said yes. But this time, Afa is saying that no, because there are certain times that you want to get initiation. Some people get initiated and then they become sick. Some people also may get initiation and then the Voodoo that will come for them to become. I have a student that I am treating now, and this student went with my children to Cuba some years back when they were in Middlebury College in Vermont in the US. They were doing a project on our African traditional spirituality as their project at school, and then they went to Cuba to go and see how far African traditional spirituality has traveled over the ages, over the centuries, due to slave trade and all this. So they went to Cuba, and this student is a very good, I'll call him my son. And since my children had been initiated into Ifa and all this, when they went to Cuba, he also went and took an initiation into Ifa or Isese or whatever they do there in Cuba. The oracle that fell for him is the oracle of the mad person. If it was done in Ewe Afa, when that oracle falls, the priest, the Bokors who are present, will find a way to neutralize that and change it in such a way that it will not have physical effect on him. Even if it will have, there are things in Afa that when there's a negativity in your oracle, there are rituals that they will do to neutralize that negativity in your oracle. But when he got that far in Cuba, the people there didn't neutralize the negativity for him. But for him, he felt that he equalized my children because they are being initiated into Fa, and he too, he has gotten it. And I'm sorry to say, even until today, he's being disturbed with madness somehow. And last night, I was even doing work. He lives in India. It's like my own son. He has come to live with me and all this, but because of what he has done there and the people who gave him that, they should have neutralized the negativity in that initiation. So whenever you want to do initiation into Afa or into anything, it is good to do a divination to find out whether it is your time or it is not your time. If it is not your time, but you're forced to get the initiation and you got it, you don't know what will be. Supposing this, my son, had actually waited to ask me that he wanted to be initiated into Fa and not like equalizing my children and to be equal on this equal scale with them, I would have done a divination to find out whether it was his time. And if they said it wasn't his time, I would have told him that no, you just hold on, your time will come. So Luna, it is not like Afa is keeping you in confusion or anything. There's no competition in spirituality. Everybody's time comes at the right time. We are not competing to be ahead of anybody, or nobody is competing to be behind anything. Everything has its time. And when your time comes, it will come. As long as you have the desire, your time will definitely show up one day, and you will be able to know, and you will be able to get there. So it is not a competition that, oh, people got it, I must get it. It's not a competition. My daughter, my eldest daughter, Tara, had been with me all her life. It is only this last Friday that she did her negative destiny rituals. She's married, she has 2 children, and she's okay. But it was only this time that her interest come to do a negative destiny rituals. I did it for the brothers when they were only about 8 and 9 years old, 10 years old. Some were even, it was done for some at the age 3 months old. Depending on what the oracle says, that's what we follow. But this is the time, I only did it for her. I don't know whether you play some of the videos today, okay? Because this is the only time that she has interest, and this is what she got. She's my own child. She's been with me all her life. She's not a child, she is a mother of 2. But this is the time that she felt that she wants to do it, and I have also done it for her successfully. So there's no competition in spirituality. You say that, oh, because somebody got it, I must get it. So you're struggling and trying to make it happen. No, it is not that way. It will come. Everybody has their time. So let us just say that your interest is there. May Afa and the divinities and the spirits of the universe and nature spirits all will find the correct time for you, so that they'll say, oh yes, it is your time. I know how eager you are, and I know how strong your desire to know your destiny is. There is no doubt about that. But each and every time is a time, and spirits have their time. Nature has its own time, and we as human beings, we cannot say that we want to. If you want to jump the time, you can, but maybe it will not be well for you. So let us just keep it burning, that desire that you want to get your initiation into Afa. And then when we do a reading again and Afa say, yes, it's your time, of course I will let you know. So, no, you don't need to apologize for the question. It's fine, because there's a lot of people who also probably want to know why, if they have the desire, Afa will say it is not their time. So if you have the right to that question, you don't need to apologize for it at all. I am just trying to explain that each and every initiation has time. And it's not me, Papa or Christopher Voncujovi, who set the time. The time is when we ask the oracle, and the oracle says it is okay, then we follow. That's why I said that earlier, that African Magic Temple is not a religious shrine. We are a spiritual shrine. We are a traditional spiritual, and spiritual in such a way that we are very practical. We follow the direction of the spirits we work with. The Voodoos we work with, we follow their direction. We don't do things on our own. We ask, and when they give us the go ahead, we follow. Thank you for that. So you don't have to apologize. I know you are just trying to understand. It is very clear to me. And then Luna Nicole went on, I'm the only one in my family who practices traditional spirituality, so I've had no teaching. Yes, I agree with you. It is very true, and it is also good that you are on this line now. At least we are talking every Sunday, and when you have questions, you can always ask me on WhatsApp, and I will answer you. So you are not in the wrong place at all, and you have not done anything bad at all. You have your time is there. It will come, and once the time comes, everything will be clear to you, and you will understand the reason why it took time to get to where you get your initiation into Fa. Some children, even maybe at the time they born them, the oracle will tell the parents that they should initiate them into certain Voodoo, or initiate them to Fa. So we all have, our destinies are different. So don't get this as if it is they are denying, no, at all. And then let's move it up. Let me see the up small, I think. Okay, so we have our brother Otura Irete here, say at Luna Nico, I don't think Afa can deny initiation into your birth, Odu. No, it's not that they are denying, they say it's not the time. And then Just Man say, I don't know you much, but I believe what you are saying, sir. Oh, Just Man. Oh, thank you very much. We are teaching here every Sunday on African Magic Temple and ReVodution. We are talking about our traditional spirituality and spirituality in general. And then Big Sister Luna Nicole said, thank you for your patience in answering my questions. I am here for you, Big Sister Luna. It is my work to educate people who have interest in God, in nature, and the spirits of nature. Thank you very much. I'm talking about a real God. I'm not talking about a fake white man's God. We're talking about God of nature. Thank you. And then we have Esther here. How can I start my initiation? I had already answered you that you need to get a teacher. When you get a teacher, the teacher will teach you and tell you how to get initiated. Thank you. And then, is that the last one? But we haven't gone to YouTube or anywhere today. We are only on, all through, we're only on TikTok. So let's go to YouTube. There may be some maybe some. Okay, you see Sabrina was there. Okay, hello Sabrina. How are you? Say Sabrina, greetings, Papa. Glad to join the program today. Thank you very much that you joined. Sorry that we didn't come here early. We were on TikTok all through because there were so many questions there, and my moderator and the people were only concentrating on that thing. I hope you are still here. Thank you very much. And how are you? How is Bella? Are you all doing well? I'm grateful to you all for joining today's section. Let's go on to Facebook ReVodution Voodoo and see. Let's say ReVodution Voodoo. Okay, so we have Emmanuel Damois say, are you in Ghana at the moment? Yes, Emmanuel Damois, I am in Ghana. I'm in Accra on the Spinters Road. Africa Magic Temple is in Accra on the Spinters Road around Okpoigono, Bachunya. Thank you very much, Emmanuel Damois. Then Africa Magic Temple on Facebook. Let's go there and see if there's anything there. There's nothing there. Okay, there's something there. Okay, we have on Africa Magic Temple on Facebook, we have Deus Caritas Est. Say, hello, Togwe. My question is, can you tell about Legba and its meaning? I remember you said there are Legbas that are not part of Afa. So when someone says Legba, what are they saying? Thank you. Okay, Deus Caritas. The word Legba is originally a Yoruba word. Ilegba. It's the same one they call in Yoruba. Some people call it Eshu. But then in Ewe, when we say Legba, we are talking about something that is mounted to represent a security for a particular place, town, shrine, and house. So we have a Joka Legba. Like in most villages in Ewe land in Ghana, you will see that they have something they call Duli, or a protector of the town. In my village in Hokwe, we have a Togbe Bereminango as the main Duli, or people who call it Legba. It's the one that was set up before the town, or when the town was new, when it was only few people, and it has been there. And if you can look at it in Hokwe, it's in the middle of the road now, or somewhere in the middle of the town, and it is there. That is a Legba. That's a Joka Legba. It is not a Fa Legba. There are people who have different Legbas in their villages and in the front of the town before you enter the town. They may not be a Fa Legba, but a Fa Legba is usually when you got a Fa and you have a shrine and you want to do a and you want to do a spiritual work, then the Legba will be mounted for you to protect your shrine, protect your house, to protect everything that you are doing. So that is a Fa Legba. But there are so many other Legbas. Some are this is like at my shrine, I have Apeli. And Apeli is meaning, it means that that which is the anchor of the house. It is also a legba, but people may call it apeli, or some people call it apeme legba, because that one is in the house. And at the front of my shrine, we have a legba, which is a fa legba. When I got fa and I want to work with fa, my Bokor or my teacher set up a legba for me at my gate that is there, that when I do sacrifices, I give the sacrifices to the legba, so that legba takes it into the spiritual realm. So the work of legba is to protect and also to deal between human beings and the spirit world. So legba is like the communicator between humans and the spirits. That's what legba is. You can even liken it to Jesus Christ, that the Christians use as their mediator, the one that is the link between God and them. So legba actually is the mediator between mankind and humankind in what do you call it? In Afa. In my shrine, Ezume, where I initiate people into Fa, I have a legba there also. But this legba, we call it Ezume legba. What does that one do? That legba is there to protect people whenever they enter into the Ezu. Ezu simply means a place of initiation, or a place where they do spiritual things. When people enter into the Ezu, there are certain rituals we do before you go into the Ezu. And when we do that ritual, the legba at the gate of the Ezu is the one that takes the rituals and give to the spirit world, so that when people go into the Ezu, or the place of initiation, everything will go on well and no negative things will affect them. So legba has each legba, if it is a joker legba, it is a fa legba, they all have their roles to play. But legba usually is a security man to protect human beings between from negative spiritual effects. That's what it is. Or a mediator between human beings and physical, spiritual beings. Yeah. I hope that makes some sense. This is a ReVodution Voodoo education. Okay. Okay. African Magic Temple. Okay. So we have a Tino say, hi, I'm new here, and DJ recommended this page to me. I would like to know where your spirit goes after death. In our Ewe culture, we believe that when we die, we go back to our ancestors. That's why Ewes do ancestral veneration, or black people in general do ancestral veneration. We don't have heaven and hell in our culture. Our ancestors, we believe that they have a place we call Sepe, where your destiny rests. And when it is time for your destiny to come back again into this world, it will choose people that will give birth to it, and it becomes a child. So I will say that we go back to our ancestors. That's why we do ancestral veneration. And it is not a belief system. When you practice it practically, you see results. And when you can practice something practically and see practical results, it is no more called belief, because you can experience it. So when we die, we go back to where our ancestors are. I will not die and go to where a white man's ancestor is, because it's not related to me. It's not related to me. So if you are thinking that you go to heaven and go and lie in the bosom of Abraham, Abraham is not your grandfather. So why should you go to him, you as a black person? Yes, I can understand that white people and probably Jews and other people whose line, and probably Arabs because Arabs also came from the same Abraham, who they call Ibrahim. They may go to such people, but with my this cold darky color and my face like a monkey, I'm not going to go to Abraham. Why? How will he look at me? Is he going to call me grandchild or what? So those things are just deceit. So look at your face in the mirror and look at the face of Abraham and think whether it's your grandfather. You yourself, you will know. No one will tell you. Okay? So when you die, you go back to where your ancestors are. And then we have our sister, my in-law, my daughter-in-law here, Sila Ameji. Say, good evening, Papa. Hope you are doing well. Please, when pouring libation during ancestral feeding, does each drink poured have a meaning? Thank you. Yes, I would say each drink, when you pour it, has a meaning. Because when I am pouring libation, I said I call a Tonye Kosipoku Akubenabaha. I'm calling my father to come and have a drink. And I call my mother to come and have a drink. I call my grandfather to come and have a drink. And I call my teachers who taught me, I call them one by one. So each pouring, I am pouring to a particular person and a particular entity or for a particular spirit. So it is not just pouring for pouring's sake. So when you pour libation, each drink that you pour has a meaning. You must tell who you are giving drink to. You must mention the person you are giving a drink to. That's what it is. So for us, that's why our ancestors are the people that we have blood relationship with. Just like I was saying, I don't have a grandfather called David, or great-grandfather called Abusalo, or a great-great-grandfather called King James. My grandfather is Brahini Babaji Mumbe on my paternal side, and then my grandfather on the maternal side is Agoku, Bodri, and all that. So that line is where I came from. I did not come from Abraham, because when I look at myself, I don't look like Abraham at all. And I don't even look like his children. But I will be deceiving myself and say that when I die, I'll go and lie in the bosom of Abraham. To do what there? To be used as a slave, or to be used to be washing the kitchen? No. I'll go to my grandfathers and they know that I'm carrying their blood, and if they have a time for me to come back into the physical world and work, then I'll come back again. So when you pour libation, mention the people whose blood you share, people who had made impact on your life, who are no more. Those are the people you pour libation to. And then, of course, if there are any spirits or entities that you work with and you have seen results from working with them, you pour libation to them. So each drink that you pour has a meaning, because the spirit you are calling, or the entity you are calling, or the ancestor you are calling will come and receive the drink that you give them. Thank you very much, Sila Ameji. Thank you very much. Please put the air conditioner off.
But then I also suspect that, during ancestral feeding, different drinks of people and barely have.
Okay, so yes, okay. Kofi also brought another thing. Maybe the different drinks that we pour, during ancestral veneration at African Magic Temple, we pour what we call liha, a corn meal drink that is made, a drink that is made from corn. It's non-alcoholic. And that is the first drink the Ewe, our ancestors made by themselves. And they were drinking it. That's what they call liha. So it is aha. It is natural, made from corn. Then we also pour a deha, which is palm wine, which they also discovered through elephants, that the palm tree, the water that comes out of the palm tree, or the juice that comes out of the palm tree naturally, is something they can drink and get relief, and sometimes it gets you drunk if you drink too much. So we pour that one too, because it is from nature. It has not been distilled or anything. Then after deha, we pour pito, we pour brukutu, we pour gin, we pour apeteshi, and we pour sweet drinks. The reason why we pour pito, which is actually the African beer from the northern people of Ghana, and then it's not only in Ghana, in other places also, it is made out of millet. And then people from the northern part of Ghana, even some people in the eastern and in South Africa and other places, they make drinks out of millet. And we pour these drinks because no one actually knows their original roots. No one knows where our great grandfathers came from before settling here today. So we give all these drinks. And then we also give the apeteshi, which is a drink that was distilled from the palm wine that they were getting. So it becomes a gin that was derived out of palm wine. So we give these drinks to this, and then of course the foreign drink, because the truth is that there may be some foreigners who also interacted with your ancestors somehow. So we give them drink. So we give all these drinks in order to show that no one knows where their roots are coming from, and we celebrate each and everywhere that our bloodline is coming from. So Sila, this is my interpretation. When next we are doing ancestral veneration, you should come and also get involved, then you will understand. Thank you very much. I hope my princess Afano is doing well. Thank you very much for taking good care of her. Yes, and then we have a DJ say, please, when a person dies, does the operation done on the body and the fridge which they put the body in the mortuary affect the soul? No, I don't think any of this can affect the soul. But the truth about our tradition is that people who are into traditional spiritual practices and very deep into it wanted their body to be buried whole, whereby they don't remove any parts of their body parts and throw them away and then bury the other physical big body in another place. They would prefer to be buried together with whatever is in their body. And I think I was reading something on the internet the other day that when this guy got sick, the one who discovered that one with the hair, scientist, what do you call him? Einstein. Yes. When Einstein was sick with cancer or something, they wanted to do operation and all this thing to remove this. He said no, because it came with this body, and if that part becomes bad, then that is what it is supposed to be. It's natural. So he refused to be operated upon. So he will die with his body as he came into the world, and that's how God wanted it, or that's how nature wanted it. So he's not going to do any surgery or whatever. So, and then that's how he went to his ancestors as a full peace, whether the cancer was going to destroy him or not. He, as a learned and a very high brain, chose not to get any surgery. So when we die, whether they put your body in the The body and the soul are two different things. The body becomes the vehicle for the soul. And when the body gives up its operation, or it cannot go on as the soul can carry, the soul leaves the body and goes away. So I don't personally think that's me personally think that whether they remove your intestines or did any postmortem or your body will affect your soul. But I cannot tell because nobody ever died and knows exactly what happens. All these things are in our philosophy, and that's what we talk about. So I cannot tell because I have not died before. Even if I had died before, I cannot remember when. So I cannot tell, but from my own understanding, I think the soul is free, and when even before they will be doing those postmortem and all this, in the soul already is out of the body and is functioning on its own, either looking at the body or whatever is done to it, that doesn't really count. But you know, according to tradition, a lot of people would think that when they do that, it is not good for their listening, because we are thinking of our physical body, just like how Christians think that when you go to hell, you will be suffering. But when the soul is gone, the body, India, they burn it. And even in our tradition, if you are an evil person and you have done so much evil thing in life, when you die, they don't bury you, they will burn you, and so that your soul can be free easily. Thank you very much, DJ, for that question. And then we are back on YouTube, and we have Sabrina saying, "I'm well, Papa, thank you." And thank you too. And Sabrina said, "I have a question about what you said earlier about your ancestral lineage. When you have ancestors who practice and were priests, so spiritual teachers, do they pass that down to the descendants?" Yes, of course they pass it, because it's in your DNA. It is in your bloodline. But then, because today Islam and Christianity had come to control the world, sometimes you may not be given the chance to continue practicing what your ancestors have passed to you through your DNA. And you will only practice what your parents have told you about. So if your parents were Christians before you were born, then you follow Christianity. If your parents were Buddhists, you will follow Buddhism. And if your parents were Christians, you will follow Christianity or follow Islam. And if you are lucky to be born by parents who probably continue your ancestors' practice, you may follow that. But somewhere along the way, as you grow in spirit, as you grow, whether you are a Christian or this, within you, you will be having conflict. Your inner self will be conflicting with your physical presence, in the sense that you will not be feeling comfortable following. It's not going.
Yes. It went off briefly.
Okay, so if your ancestors have practiced something and it is in your DNA, one day it will reconnect. And then Sabrina, especially when there is gap between the ancestors who practice and the generation that is now reconnecting. Yes, it is. They will always come true. Yeah, they will always come true. They never let out. Actually, we are our ancestors. Each and every one of us who comes back we somehow, we lived at one time before. And then if it is time for us to come back here and continue, when we come, somehow, whether we are Christian, we were born by Christian parents or new generational parents, it will trigger something in us. And not all of us, but one person in the family, or somehow it will trigger. Like me, my father was Christian, and this is what made me to, from childhood, that this thing was triggered in me, and I continue struggling until I am here today teaching other people about our ancestors and everything. So, Sabrine, yes, it is true that you can always influence. So also, what do you know about cosmic houses? What impacts come from an empty cosmic house, if that's a thing? I don't know much about cosmic houses. It may be in other Asian or Oriental philosophy, but in our African traditional spirituality, I don't know anything about cosmic houses. I have never even heard it before, but I know all kind of spirituality is out there according to each culture and each people. They have their own way of connecting to nature and to spirits of nature and to the divine. So about cosmic houses, I had not heard them in the Voodoo that my ancestors practiced. So, well, unless of course if there's any other name for that cosmic houses, I will be more clearer and be able to explain. But it does not exist in the kind of practices that I have been taught so far. Yeah. But maybe there is, but it could be in Asian or maybe in European spiritual practices, but cosmic houses I haven't heard before. Then Sabrine said, thank you for the answers. So thanks for the clarification, and I can hear now too. Thank you. I'm very grateful that you brought those questions, because we are all learning here. Yeah. Yes, we are back on TikTok, right?
Yes, please.
Okay, so we have Esther said, do you do protection rituals? Yes, we do. When you do a reading, and if the protection is supposed to be done for you, we will do it. But all the rituals we do actually are protection, in the sense that when you do a reading and they say the witches are disturbing you, it's something, the rituals they will do will be for protection. And if you do a reading and they say, oh, you need to feed your ancestors, yes, it's also a ritual that will be done so that your ancestors can protect you. So all the rituals that are done in real spirituality are directed towards protection. And then we have a warrior saying hello. Hello, warrior. How are you? Thank you very much for joining. And then Luna Nikose Papa, would you please clarify how a particular mummy is chosen for you? Did that make sense? Yes, it makes sense. But when you are getting a mummy initiation, it is then that we will explain how a mummy is chosen for you. It is only during the initiation that we will tell that. And if it is the person is not getting an initiation, we cannot share that information, how a mummy is chosen. Thank you. And then Luna Nicole said the one with the hair, and Einstein. Yes, it's Einstein. Thank you very much.
Please, Papa, have you answered this one?
Yeah, that's a said Afa cannot deny a person into your birth Odu. The birth Odu will depend when you are getting initiation. But if you Afa says it's not your time for initiation, how will you know your birth Odu? It is only when it is time for initiation that your birth Odu will show itself. Yeah. Are we done with the Facebook and all this? What's the time now? I think I've spoken for a while.
6:41.
6:41. We are going to 7 o'clock. So. Okay, let's have about 15 minutes more.
Yes.
And then we can close. Yeah. You know, African Divine Portals or Chibuzo. Honestly, I didn't know that Otura Rete doesn't like black colors. Honestly, I did not know. But generally, and by nature from my childhood, I don't like black colors. I don't wear black colors at all. I always wear more white. But once in a while, I may mix it black and white. But wearing black, then it is funeral. And then I will always wear something white under, so that the black will not be paramount. So thank you very much for reminding me of the color that is not very good for Otuda Lete. Thank you, I'm grateful. And then a champo we do, we say is interesting. Thank you very much, Mr. Achiampo. Thank you for being there. You see, and then we have Ni. What is the Ni? What? Ni Manche. Ni Manche Bano. Say, lack of knowledge, my people perish. Thank you very much, Ni Bano Manche. Yeah, Ni Manche Bano. Okay. And then, is that someone's listening there?
Yes,
please. Kenneth Hart says Aboru Aboye Aboshishe. Yeah, we will say Bolu, Oyibo, Oyibo, Kitchen. Okay, so we say Agbo Ato, Beaton. We will say Beaton, say Agbo Ato Asure. So I am Ifalake Ogunda Tokpa. Oni, is it Ori? Ori Tegumse. I am an Ifa devotee, future Babalao Huno and man. My Orisha is Eshu, Papa Legba. My mother is Osun. Okay, Oshun. Okay. My question: Does Voodoo have over 1,400 loas or Orishas? Yes, in our Voodoo in Ewe land, where Voodoo came from before going to the diaspora, we don't have anything called Lua. Lua may be a word in the diaspora which may be coming from Central East Africa, coming into the word Voodoo. The word Voodoo alone is spirit. That's all that it is. That's why Voodoo is not a religion, whereby they'll say if Voodoo has more than something, Luas. The word Voodoo means Lua or Orisha. If my understanding serves me clear, Lua means spirit, and Orisha also means spirit. The word Voodoo simply means spirit. There is nothing like another spirit of spirit. We have millions of Voodoos. Millions of Voodoos. It's not 1,400. Because every blade of grass has a spirit in it. That is how the Eves and the four people know. Every blade of grass that grows on earth has a spirit in it. It is up to you to know that spirit in it and how to tap into that spirit, and then you'll be able to work with that herb, and it will be successful or work with you successfully. So Voodoo does not have 1,400 Ulua or Orisha. Voodoo is everything. It's nature. Every blade of grass, every tree, every river, every mountain has a spirit. And these are the spirits we call Voodoo. So it is not true to say that Voodoo has only 1,400 spirits. Everything they call Voodoo is a spirit on yours, because the word Voodoo means spirit. So it is not either Lua or Orisha, but Voodoo is Voodoo. So Luas came into the Haitian Voodoo, and Orisha came from Nigeria, from Yoruba, into Voodoo. But we, the Eves who are the originators of Voodoo, it's our language. The word Voodoo in the southern part of Ewe land is what is spirit. From the central northern part, we call it Bokor, or a troll. That's how we call them. But the word voodoo simply means spirit. And then our Kenneth Hart went on to say, in Ifa Orisha, there are 401 Orisha on earth. 401 Irumole or Orisha Lua. The Orun of heaven home as the earth is the marketplace. We are in constant rotation between heaven and earth. I agree with that, whether I don't know the number whether it is that. I don't know how they calculated, no, it's 400. We don't have those pantheon of spirits as in this thing, because there are so many spirits or voodoos that people don't even know about, and that doesn't mean they don't exist. If you don't know it, that does not mean that it does not exist. That's why you can go to any other person's shrine. He may have a voodoo that you have never heard about before, and it is not in any pantheon of any voodoos that people have written in books or are talking about. So this is my 17th and final lifetime. This is my 17th and final lifetime. My previous life, I was a Babalawo or diviner in Abeokuta, Nigeria. In Voodoo, you call it Ifa Fa, all good. Just wanted to understand how many Lua you all got. Lastly, today is Oshe Iyani, the mothers. Is Mamiwata the same? No, Mamiwata is not the Ishe Iyami. And then it says Modupe Ayi Bobo. Yeah, okay. Modupe is Yoruba, Ayi Bobo is Haitian. So Ifalake Ogunda Topa Ori Tegunse. Thank you very much for your question. But I'm not able to answer because I don't do Orisha practices, and I don't know how many lifetime people have their last lifetime. I've never had that conversation before, not even for myself or for anybody. But it is good if you know your that this is your lifetime and it's the 17th one, and this is your last time to be in this life. It's good for you, but for us, we don't know how many lifetimes we have had already, and we don't know when our last lifetime will come. We are here only to teach, and when it's our time to go, we go, and any time that it is our time to come back, we come. We don't know. And then we are not dealing with Iyami in Voodoo. That is more of Yoruba Ifa, where you deal with Iyami, so you know the days of Iyami and all these things. We don't deal with Iyami in Ewe Vodu. Maybe in what do you call it, in Haitian Voodoo, they deal with all this thing, but this thing. Mami Wata simple means, Mami means mother. Mami means mother. And water actually is coming from English word water. So when you say Mami Water, we are just saying that a mother who lives in water, or spirits that live in water, voodoos that live in water or use water as their base or abode to operate. So the word Mami Water is nothing to do with Iyami or anything. It is just that spirits that live in water. There are so many spirits that live in water that are not dressed as a half fish, half human being. It is just imagination that because they say the spirit lives in water, people decided to draw it half fish, half human being. No Mami Water is half fish, and no Mami Water is half human being. Mami Water is just a spirit that uses water or liquid as its abode to operate. I have spirits that I have in a pot. Nobody has, some few people will hear about them, and they are also Mami Water because they are spirits in water. So the word Mami Water is a adulterated word of Mami being a woman or mother, and water which is usually pronounced by Sierra Leoneans, Nigerians, Liberians, and they say water. So if they say water, they are talking about water. So Mami water simply means the spirit that lives inside water. Thank you very much, Ifalake Ewe. Yes, I think we are done with this here on ReVodution Voodoo. Okay, we have my brother here, Samson Dumenu saying more Vim. Hello, Samson. I'm a chair. Okay, me for me. Okay, me away so. Me away the dodgy. So thank you very much, Samson. Yes, and then I think we are done with ReVodution Voodoo education, and we are done with YouTube and African Magic Temple too. We are done with that. Unless there is any question that I haven't seen yet. That's all. And then on TikTok, I think our last this YouTube. I think Sabrina's thanks for clarification. I can hear it now. Is the last interaction there. So let's go back to TikTok and see if we have anything more there. Okay, we have our big sister again, Luna Nicole, say, Papa, would you speak more about wearing black? I wear black a lot. It conceals my bulges. No, you see, we all have things that our destiny or our inner selves like. Me personally, my inner self doesn't resonate with black materials. So from my childhood, I don't really like wearing black. I didn't even know that it was in my destiny. I prefer wearing bright colors, white colors. If I wear anything dark at all, then it will be more like brown, darker brown, but deep black. I only wear those when I was a magician and I'm on stage and wearing my tuxedo or tailcoat, and I wear black and white under a tailcoat jacket. But as time went by, I started using other bright colors, and then I wear. But I don't have so much knowledge about it. But in Afa Jombe, which is the first Kwali or Kwali Bemeji, which is the first Odu in Afa, is light and it's white, it's bright. And then the second one that follows is Oyeku Meiji, which represents darkness. So between light and darkness, these two energies are what the world is all about, negative and positive. Light is regarded to be positive and darkness regarded to be negative. But then darkness is more powerful than light. Why and how? Because whatever is in darkness is what you don't know, is unknown. And you cannot predict it because you don't know. In some of the holy books that have been written, whether they are really holy or not, let's use that word for teaching purposes. It was said that God was in darkness when he was creating the world. And then, after creating the world to some point, he said that let there be light, then he created light. So God, if you think about it in real form, God is not light, because he was already creating when he was in his darkness. And then he created light. He created light, so he himself cannot be light. Even if he becomes light, then he chose to transform himself from part of himself from darkness and become light. But in his real form, he is in darkness. So darkness is more powerful than light. But a lot of times people associate negative things, mourning and all these things to darkness. And in a way, that's how it has been before we were born here. So people associate negative things with darkness because darkness is said to be lack of or absence of color, while bright or light is the presence of all colors, as in science. So when you put a prism down and you pass a light through it, you see all the different colors coming out in it. So darkness is the lack of them. So when you wear black a lot, it depends on your feeling. One of my children like wearing black. I've been telling him every time that I don't like him wearing black all the time, but that's the color he likes most. But me, by nature, I don't like black color. I will only wear it at certain time for a very short time, and that's it. Or even when I wear it, I usually will mix it up with other colors so that it doesn't just be black or darkness. So the Voncujovi or Gbemeji, as it's called in Yoruba, and Oyekumeji, these two, day and night, are the combination of everything. The other ones all use these two to combine and kind of mix each other. So in this life, there is negative and there's positive. There's man, there's woman, there's a sky and there's a land. And there's day and there's night. There's good and there's evil. So these two things is what rules the whole universe. So you have to choose how to balance these two. When you want to live a good life, you have to know how to balance the two. That's what that life is all about. So that's how much I can talk about dark or black color. Thank you. And then we have Lucas good God 672. Peace, I see your purple aura divine. Thank you. And then we have a big Richie. What is the axe for? It is for my spiritual practices. And then big Richie said, I don't want to come back to live again. I am tired. That is between you and your God and between you and your destiny. I am not the one who decides. Then we have Big Sister Lena Nico. Thank you for your time and teachings, Papa. I look forward to learning with you all next week. We are very grateful that you join us today, and I wish you well. You can always reach me. My WhatsApp is there. You can always reach me, and we can discuss anything that is confusing you. And then Big Sister Lena Nico says blessings for the new week, everyone. Thank you very much, Big Sister Luna Nicole. Don't be disappointed. We are here for you, and we will continue to be here for you until you get to where you want to get to in your spiritual journey. Thank you all very much for being here. I think we don't have any more questions. We have Sandra joining this thing, but she didn't ask any question. Thank you all for being here and asking the question. I am very grateful to all of you for being here today. I will call this one a day that next week, God willing, hopefully, we will be here again next week and continue teaching you all. And if someone's question has come and I have not thrown any light on it, the truth is that I might have not seen it. But if I had seen it, I would have thrown light on it. So thank you, and thank you all. Yo, men dak peto we mama pete men dak pe di different poto kale men poto zanu poto viviti men poto awudi da ba mechi aba ble we pe vi o dak pe me yo ni abuchi sakraka mechi aba be ado kotokoli do nko me wo kum aku agbara no agbara to be yo ale acho o franka mani o fifi ni nkoma bi sinkra o kofi to jamba ku o choktu akofi chehe kofi atra kable ba kwa ha me yo tonyo me yo no yo me yo mama yo to gbe yo pete me ba kwa ha ni ano who fit could be a mensa Tobico do Cluche Kuma Comlaga, Beckman no pity in Baha. me yo ajima pe menu pete me abansira mi ba ho aha wongo ni be jo pe wenye mi yo amesia me nya kwa haraiko but do you pete le do problem de aha nani kosra be nenu na mi pete the week should be good for all of you and all those who are listening and those who are not listening. May the gods of nature continue to help us to get to know the truth. Thank you all very much. Okay, it's finished.